with a benefit of what has happened in my state, a similar program of a Ruga settlement was not called Ruga in 1987. The government approved land that was taken from the natives in Zangon Katav and Kachia local government and created a grazing reserve. And they call it Kachia Grazing Reserve. By 1990, it was changed to Laduga Grazing Reserve. And Laduga is a Fulani ward. And today, as I'm talking, it was an initial landmass of 30 hectares of land that was taken from the natives, no compensation. And up to now, no single native that is there that can even go there. If you go, you cannot even enter that place as a native. And huge development is taking place. Big buildings, big hospitals. You don't even know what is going on there in Laduga. And it has been surreptitiously increased in size to 70,000 hectares. And so if we have this Laduga...
70,000 or 70? 70,000.
70,000.
It means hectares. It was 30,000 was taken initially.
From 30,000, it has been increased to 70,000, and it is still there. So there is the plan is to replicate this Laduga model all over the nation, thereby changing democracy, the political democracy, the demography, the economic demography, the social demography, the cultural demography of a people all over the nation, and Fulanize every place in the nation.
These are fears that you have.
These are fears. These are not only fears. This is something that is happening to me.
Yes.
I'm giving testimony.
Yes. This is something that you've seen.
This is something that we have seen happen in Kaduna State, in southern Kaduna.
This is a
and
fear.
The land of our people, we cannot get there. We cannot go to farm. We cannot, this is the land that was taken over from the people. It was not compensated for, and we cannot go there to farm. We have become second-class citizens in our own state, in our own country, and somebody is saying that it is fears, only fears. This is real. The fear is real, and the replication of this model all over the country, and the intent is real. We have IDPs scattered all over this country. Now it is rainy season. Several hundreds communities are living in the rain. They have living in the scorching sunshine. They are now living in the rain. They cannot get back to their farm. They will be starving. They don't have medication. And nobody has talked of establishing exclusively, settlements for such category of citizens of the country. Only to talk about Ruga, that the Ruga settlements will bring about peace between herders and farmers. How will it bring about peace between herders and farmers? And we are saying, even in the northwest region, there is a category that has been displaced in Katsina and Zamfara and other states of the core north by this armed banditry. And they are all IDPs within the country. Nobody has thought of creating any settlements for such category of people. And we are talking about Ruga. So this program from the onset has some ulterior motive.
Hello, MAZI. Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, MAZI Solomon.
Yes. Thank you so much. Good evening at your end, but at my end here.
Yes, we want to welcome our viewers. Meanwhile, go ahead and introduce yourself, MAZI. Every day you keep introducing yourself.
Thank you, MAZI Pat. It is good morning at my end here, and probably it is good evening at your end, and also Biafran land. So I welcome all our viewers, all here Biafra. I welcome all Biafrans all over the world who will be able to view us at this very moment. My name is Solomon Peter. I also have to appreciate ESN boys and the job they are doing, and also have to appreciate MAZI Onyendu Nandekano. Thank you so much for the job that you are doing for Biafran all over the world. Thanks for your encouragement. Thanks for your resilience. Thank you for your formidability. Thanks for your courage. Thanks for being such a leader at the time when people needed it most. And I also have to welcome the lovers of freedoms. I also have to welcome all um, the lovers of Biafra, the lovers of MAZI and the haters of MAZI and into this program. You are all welcome. Thank you so much, MAZI Fat, for somebody is saying speak louder. Is my voice not audible enough?
Mazi, go ahead. Your voice is audible. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing me into the program. We are kicking off this morning. Yeah, I believe every one of us has viewed the video. The clip that I've just played out here now is all talking about the intentions. Is an old clip which every one of you has been through before, but when we do things, we must explain. Now, why are we playing all these clips this time around? We want you to read in between the intent. It's not about the program. It's not about Fulani not being part of Nigeria or did not have right to reside anywhere they wish to reside in the country. But we are looking at the intent. What is actually the motive behind the pushing that federal governments are pushing over the agendas of the Fulanis? What actually is is their their intentions, their motive between defending Fulanis, calling out for Fulanis, negotiating here and there for Fulanis? What is their motive? And that is what we are trying to bring out to you, that they have no other motive rather than conquest, conquest of the people. They want to have Fulanis of your community owning land, coming to claim your land to be their ancestral home. So that is the agenda. That is the plan. And when you resist it, you will be killed, you will be macheted, your farm will be overrun, your village will be vended. So we must keep reminding ourselves this thing, because if we fail to understand the intent or the motives in between the pushing of the agendas of the Fulanis, we might have ourselves to be blamed. We might not have any reason to stand up and do things and do the needful. Their intent, their intention, their motives is different from what is being played out. It's different from what your governors are talking about them. It's different from what your Igwe, your rulers are talking about the Fulanis. It's different. Their motive is different from what is being discussed today about them, that all Fulanis are not criminals. That is not actually. Those who you regard that are not criminals, the ones that are criminals are carrying out their agenda. I want to give you instance today. Everybody is not IPOB members. Everybody is not the member of ESN. But the fact remains that the ESN is standing on our behalf. ESN is defending our land on our behalf. ESN are chasing Fulanis out of our forests on our behalf. That's what you need to understand. No, okay, no, na agwa nke no n'ofia, na azụ nọ na ngịga. All of them, they are one in this mission. Both the ones you claim they are innocent or they are good Fulanis, they are all one in their agenda. They are all one. They are all one. Both the one in the government, the one in the city, the one in the forest, they are all one in their agenda. In the agenda to vend your village, to turn your village into a Fulani community. That in the nearest future, You will be looking at when Fulani entered your land. But now they are telling you that it is the ancestral home. They begin to tell you you don't have right to beat us. This is our ancestral land. This is our ancestral home. This is our ancestral home. This is the agenda. And you need
That leads me to another.
why they
That
have to kill and why they have
Mazi,
to
that leads
destroy.
me to another. That leads me to another clip. That leads me to another clip.
Whoever is living in any place is a lawful tenant, is a legal occupant of that place. We have the receipt they gave us for each year we pay tenancy.
The ultimatum is a 7-day ultimatum. That doesn't mean that where necessary, some certain amendments or waivers will not be given or extension of time. But the important thing of note here, because we are going to come down very heavily on defaulters, we have agreed in tandem with the traditional rulers, we have agreed with stakeholders, we have communicated the police, we have communicated the DSS. What we are saying is that enough is enough. We don't want to accommodate anybody in our bushes anymore. It is not about me. It's about our people. And it is what we have decided. And that is how the way to go. If you want to live in Oshimili North, for God's sake, my brother, what is too much about picking up a property in the town? Come and live with us. Our people also farm in the bushes. But we don't live in the bushes. So how come you're bothered about living in the bushes? That means there's something about you.
This is exactly
So
the point.
this is what happened in Okpanam in Delta State. Yes, this is the point. That's why I'm playing this clip. So be able to, give people opportunity to understand where you are going to. Mazi, we have series and series of clips, a lot of clips we are going to play in course of this program. And I want everybody to help us share this program, make it go around, tag your friend, make sure that people, because we have a lot of, including the BBC interview that Sheikh Gumi made yesterday. We're also going to play a very vital part of that clip and put analysis on it. Mazi, go ahead, please.
This is exactly the point. There is something about Fulanis who has refused to rent house in the community, who has refused to register their presence in your community. There is something, a hidden agenda. We must not fail to remind our people. We forget very easily. This is the disease we have in Nigeria. We forget because everybody has been pushed to the survival of the fittest. Tomorrow you are going to look for what you're going to feed your family because there's no government support. You need activities to survive. So we forget very easily. There is something. If they refuse to rent house in the community and register their presence, there is something about them. Now, I wanted to tell you something about the life of a criminal, about the life of a thief. A thief sneak in and sneak out. A thief always comes when they feel no one is at home. A thief comes when people fall asleep, when people are asleep. That is the time thieves come. Thieves operate in darkness. Thieves operate in the closets. A thief, when a thief is walking in, they will always wanting not to register their presence. They will not want anybody to know their activities and their intentions. This is how thief. So if anybody is coming to your community with the character of a criminal, with the character of a thief, there is every need for you to study that person's movement and to treat that person as a thief. Why should somebody walk into your room or walk into your house without knocking? Without knocking, does the person own the room with you? Does the person own the house with you? You just come to my house, you open the gates, you just walk in, and you walk out without registering your presence. That means there is something about you. That is the point. And we are trying to remind our people. If you fail to know the intention of the Fulanis, you will have yourself to be blamed. Their intention is beyond what the politicians are talking about today. And we are all Nigerians. No, he's denying it, that we are all Nigerians. But why are they breaking the principle in which every other person who travels from one state to the other, when we go to the north, we register our presence and we pay tax. When we go to their land, we make our activities known. Why is it difficult for them to live in our communities? Why is it difficult for them to be able to register their presence in our communities? Rather, they will prefer living in the bush where you are not aware. There is something about them. There is something about them. And that is why we are making this program at this critical time. You should not fail to remember, because this is the disease every one of us have. In Nigeria, we always forget. We always forget. Ruga has come. They push Ruga. They did everything. Now we have forgot that they are pushing that agenda, and that agenda fell. They put agenda of cattle commodity. It fell. They put agenda of cattle route. It fell. Now, do you think they have stopped? No. Now, what did they do? They armed their herdsmen. They armed their herdsmen in every village, in every community. Say, occupy the bush by force. Occupy the bush by force. By threatening, by killing, by raping. So you can make the people to be fearful that when you hear Fulanese, you will start running away. That was the agenda. So that they will have that time that they put fear in you, they will have that time to settle, that you will think your city is one, but your city has become two. Very soon, you that is in the land, you will discover that there is another community of the Fulanese in your land without you knowing. Without you knowing. So we are here to remind you, they are not only coming for grazing, but they are also coming to take over your land. Thank you, MAZI.
MAZI, there is another clip I want to play, because I will be playing a lot of clips as much as I can. The carnage of the Fulani in Plateau, in the Middle Belt, is very, very important. This is an old video that I've circulated, but it's very, very important we replay this video so that our people can have a clearer picture of what is to come if we fail to hold on to ESL, because the people of the Middle Belt were not able to mobilize themselves, and that was why they decimated them so badly that today they are all in disarray. Let's take it.
Can see, we buried 22 people as against the government report that is 13 or so.
Abinda ya faru muna zoba mu sai Fulani sun zo su kakkashe mana mazaje.
Naje wurin gawake, naje na ga Fulani ne suka kashe shi miji na din.
Suna harbi da bindiga, ana kore mu, an kone mamu gidaje. Muna guduwa, yara suna kuka ba inda zamu yi, sun kone mana abinci, kaya ma duka sun kone mana, ba mu rabu da kowani abu ba.
Well planned attack, well coordinated, and well executed.
Those who escaped from those villages are presently taking refuge at the Kokin Central Church and the Christ Apostolic Church, all in Pokos, numbering over 5,000 women and children without food, water, adequate sanitation to cater for such population.
We don't have anything. We don't have anything. Even our houses, they have burned it all. They have burned our houses all.
See children, how they are suffering. Go to our village, you will see our Irish Please, government, what are you going to do about this?
For the 3 days that our people are mourning, they have gone to our irrigation farms. They have harvested all the Irish potatoes. They spoiled those that is not yet ready for harvest. They have vandalized, they have grazed, they used to graze freely on our farms.
If government want peace, then it should go after justice.
And we are telling government, if they are saying no, take the laws into your own hands and fight them back the way they fight you. Good and fine, we are equal to the tax. We can do it.
We will defend ourselves. Yes, sir. No matter the cost, no matter whatever is going to happen, yes, we will defend our coast. Yes, we will defend our land. Yes, we will defend our people. Yes,
government does not only seem complacent, but also condoning these hoodlums and probably protecting them.
Because you are sleeping in your house, somebody is coming with a gun to meet you in your house, and somebody elsewhere is saying it's harder farmers clash. How is that a clash? A clash is a dispute between two parties. But when there is no dispute, we are not fighting with anybody over anything. So we look at it as purely a land grab issue. They are fighting us, terrorizing us so that they will grab our land.
Yeah, so Mazi Solomon, I think this clip says it all. Analyzing this clip is like anybody who has brain, who has understanding, can see clearly the people have said it all. Mazi, go ahead.
Yes, Maz, in fact, there is something important. You know, sometimes you will think that people have eyes. As the Bible says, they have eyes they cannot see, they have ear they cannot hear. They even have to watch these things and tell you that it is a Nigerian movie. But I just want to remind people something important in this very clip you are watching. The politicians that are in Nigeria is the same politicians that are there when this thing happened, is the same politicians that are still there now. Nothing has changed. The same politicians. It is the same president you have, is the same presidency that are there. Now, these things is happening. You can see how the people's village has been decimated. They have been killed. Almost 20 something number of cops are being buried, mass burial. The same government, they will come and they will speak grammar. If we did not support ESN, your village can be like this. And the politicians will do nothing. And those armies, police, you are hoping for, will do nothing. If you did not support ESN, you are there eating burger. You are there eating burger, yamming, writing nonsense in the Facebook. If you fail to support ESN, very soon your own family will experience this thing that these people are complaining in this video. That is the only thing I want to remind you. Because we always like but before this thing happened to these people, they have been complaining about Fulanis. They have been complaining about Fulanis. But their elites, the people in their world, they refused to prepare themselves. They refused to push these Fulanis out of their community. They accommodate them because their governor told them, they are Nigeria, you can allow them. How can you allow such a dangerous individuals to be living in your community? Because they tell you, allow them. So we want to remind you and play this thing so you will see the work that ESN has come to do and why the ESN, why the launching of the ESN. If you rely in these your governors, you will be overrun. If you rely in these politicians, your village will be vended. Let's see. These people, they have politicians, local government chairman, councillor, governors, but look at them. Look at them, defenseless from the hands of the Fulanis. Defenseless. They came according to John chapter 10, verse 10. They steal, they kill, they destroy. And the government shield them. No arrest is being made. No arrest. No arrest. Like these people come from, they fly from a different country and they finish attack and return to that country. Like if that is the case. But that is not the case. The people who made this attack that you are here, you have seen the complaint from the clips you watch. They are just standing nearby. The government know where they are. They know where they are sitting. They know their camp. But no arrest. No arrest. The politicians, they will come. They will blow grammar. This thing that happened, we are putting measure, we are investigating, and no investigation. It never happens. Your village can never escape this kind of attack if you continue to harbor Fulanis in your forest. Support ESN.
Mazi, there is something I want to add, that in the nearest future, these communities that have been ravaged are going to regret not having been able to mobilize, because now ESN is gaining a lot of support, and people are beginning to look at this ESN as a model. And these communities in the Middle Belt are going to regret when they see the pushback we already given the Fulanis, the herdsmen. They are going to regret in the future and say, if we had known, we would have taken the ESN model earlier. Don't you think that's going to be their future? Regretting that they would have formed their own regional security to.
Yes, Mazi. When you come to that point, you know that when IPOB were doing what they are doing, people called them names. People felt like we agreed, as they used to call us, miscrimes, people who cannot articulate, useless people, people of low class. That's how they go, and they keep hoping on a failed government until their village are being vended, until Fulanis vend their villages. They keep hoping on a failed government, on a failed state. This is just the problem people are facing right now. And this is why they are going to die one by one, as T.Y. Danjuma told them. You are going to die one by one. Because they keep hoping on a failed government instead of looking up to IPOB, instead of joining IPOB. All of them were happy when the federal government can prescribe IPOB, when the government can and they kill IPOB on the street. They are all looking at us as people who are not wise enough to what they are doing. But because they are hoping that they have a government, they have government who can defend them, who can defend their cause. That is just the reason for their failure. This is why they died. If you hope on this government, if you don't rise up against this government, your village is going to die. People in your village are going to be massacred by flood because this government cannot provide you protection. So now, why everyone has to look at ESN and IPOP as a model, and why they have to understand that IPOP has come to set all the indigenous people of Nigeria free from the contraction called Nigeria. Now, they have to understand it right now, and they have to adopt and see IPOP and ESN as a model. If these people knows that this government cannot protect them, cannot protect their community, they would have followed IPOP long time. They would have learned from IPOP long time. But now, ESN is a standard that people can organize and defend themselves. What are you still waiting? You wait on this government. When you are doing your mass burial, you wait on this government. When you are doing your mass burial, no comment. But when a cow of a Fulani was killed, the presidents are releasing press release. They are commenting. But when you are doing the mass burial in your community, in this middle belt, when you are doing your mass burial, did you hear the president comment? Did you hear him come out and condemn Fulanis? They are all in it together. They are all on it together. But when the cow was killed, you hear of them jumping from every bush to comment. So people can organize themselves and defend themselves. So ESN has set a standard and everyone has to follow. If you wait for this very government, your story can never be different from the story of these people in this clip that we are playing to you. We want to show you, because why we are showing you is because how did the Igbo people put it? Na onwe walk, then 1 year and
So, MAZI Solomon, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. If you have to excuse yourself, you can give me signal, and I'll let you go for a while and come back. So, from what we've seen series of activities. The issue of Fulani herdsmen didn't start today. It had become a very long issue for many years now, and there have been this kind of complacency on the part of those who are supposed to take action. In fact, not just complacency or collusion, because we've seen even a community in one of the Yoruba state that the army is even have returned the herdsmen, and I have asked the community that they must live with the herdsmen by force. They will beat up the community youth for chasing herdsmen away. But meanwhile, MAZI, there is this clip where herdsmen were given a run for their money just earlier in the day. Let's take this clip.
Agava obulu okuzo agava ya choza ne bariam main road ozugbo sipopụta ndị ọzọ ni na ọbụrụ sọsọ evi anụ ne bariam obodo ndị ọzọ asụcha ha anya nọ ebe ndị ọzọ ni so ndị ọzọ ni ndị ke so ndị ke agaba ọpụ kajigwo kapigwa cha ha nyafa ha ka ho ma ha na-elikwa nli ha na-eli nli bụ ndị a na Kuhau ime city. Good and city. Pap ida maya mkogi ni sina ikavija na ina yala. Kuhau city. Unga. Aya choro zunu. Kwasia Fulani. Hey. Putani ruya mama golao gavalo wage. Oburo Bawan bia iwu na agba na na-emebi ụmụra mmụọ na-aga
Maz, there's a whole lot of confusion. This video came in from Ibrahim somewhere in, I think it's in Anambra State. Which, or is it in Imo State? Which part of, Okuzi is in Anambra State, if I'm right. Because I think that is where you come from.
So, Mazi, are you confused about my village? What happened to you today?
No, yeah, because I haven't been there before. So, Mazi, by the way, this is just a clip of Fulani herdsmen giving a chase for their money. Mazi, there is a very important clip I want to play. And this clip is coming from a Nobel laureate from Wole Soyinka, obviously. Yes.
Somebody has been complaining about my voice.
Go ahead.
Is my voice not audible? Is my voice not audible enough? You can let me know.
Mazi, as long as I can hear you, don't worry. As long as I can hear you, you are speaking with me. If you want to do a voice testing, do it with me. Not because as long as I can hear you, the audience can hear you. So anybody who is not hearing your voice should check his or her device very well. By the way, I want us to play a clip. Now we've seen people, and they said the voice is very low, but notwithstanding, I can hear you clearly. I think that they have to find a way to sort that out with their device, but I can hear you clearly. Mazi Solomon, we are seeing the communities are beginning to rise up because the awareness is, at the beginning, people were afraid to act, people were afraid to react. There was this sense of clouded sense of fear in the land. But I think that people are beginning to get the motivation to react now. And maybe as a result of the presence of the ESN, I don't know what to. Yeah, people are saying that it's not as audible as it used to be. So, but I'm hearing you clearly, so I don't know what the problem is.
Yes, Maz. Anyway, I know what the
problem so we can see that our people are beginning to regain the bow. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I just want to address that issue so that people can understand me. I'm in a different position. So I'm using my phone, the gadget on my phone, not in the computer. So it could not be as loud or have that big sound as when I'm using computer. So please follow me. I'm in a different location at this very moment in which I cannot use that device. But when I use it, you can hear me sound very, very loud. So please just pay attention. This is not just one program. We find ourselves in different locations all the time in bringing this program on your way. So please bear with me if the voice is not as loud as you used to. Please. Thank you so much. Mazipat, we can continue from where we stop. I had the question you asked very, very clear. And that question is that the only reason that IPOB has remained consistent is to make sure that they spark those individuals who are already dead, who their mind and reasoning is already dead over the intentions of the planet. That is why we remain consistent. That the only reason why people allow these Fulanis and allow them to occupy their forest is because they have not acknowledged what the intent of these people is. What is the intent of these people? What is their motive? Do you understand? And they have not realized the danger that the intent and the motive of these Fulanis poses to their communities. That is why they are listening to the Igwe who tell them, allow them, leave them, they are Nigerians. Because if you know the intent of the Fulanis, their motive, you can never allow them to settle once in your community. There's no community that will allow these very Fulanis. You know these communities that are complaining in this clip that we are playing here, they have been accommodating Fulanis. And I believe that the intention and the motive of the Fulanis has been hidden away from those communities. Because if they have known that these Fulanis that they are accommodating today will bring about mass burial, invading their villages, why should they? And that is why ESN are here to tell you that Fulanis are cancer, Fulanis are terrorists, Fulanis are killers, Fulanis are terror. So they should not be in our forest. They should not be on our communities without registering their presence. So the job that IPOP has been doing over all these years that they are dying on the street of Nigeria, that they are being killed, is what is actually playing out now. Everybody is now seeing it because the circumstances is now compelling them to line up with the argument that IPOP has put on the ground over 8 years, 10 years ago. So now they have no option. They have seen it clearly. They have seen it clearly. IPOP has been vindicated. And again, IPOP has given people courage through the handwork of MAZI and Kanu as Unyendu to launch ESN. And now people are seeing it clearly. So we can actually organize ourselves and defend our land. So we can actually organize ourselves and defend our community. So the message is becoming clearer that people can stand up for their right in Nigeria and liberate themselves, that Middle Belt can wake up and say no to the agendas of the Fulanis, that Yorubas can wake up and say no to the agendas of the Fulanis and liberate themselves and take themselves out of the shackles of the Fulanis. This is the work of the IPOP. They should take that credit. It couldn't have come with the grammar of Emeke Emekesi. It couldn't have come with the grammar of Tony Nadi. Grammar. Fulani, does they fear those grammars? Does they fear those grammars? You will be speaking grammars, they take over the judiciary. You will be speaking grammars, they take over the seat of the presidency. You are speaking grammars, they take over all the strategic positions in Nigeria. And yet you are still speaking grammar. You are still speaking grammar. Very brand. People watch on your grammar. They are happy. Oh, this guy can talk. This guy can speak. And yet, all this you are speak, all this you are grammar, Fulanis are busy pushing out the agendas to destroy you, destroy your village. It couldn't have come from the other. It is through the consistency in IPOP, despite every odd, even some individuals, some fake individuals that enters IPOP, despite their obstacles, despite their tackles, even at the end, IPOP remains formidable. This man called MAZI Kanu, I said it yesterday, and I'm saying it today, he's a God gift. He's a God gift. When God wants to save the world, he sent his son, Jesus Christ. When God wants to save Biafra, he sent his son, Nnamdi Kanu. When God wants to save all the indigenous people trapped in Nigeria, he sent his son, MAZI Kanu. MAZI Kanu. I'm telling you. Because that is exactly the job that this man has consistently doing is playing out today. The result is very out. That is why, if you have not supported ESN, it is your time to do so. Because government of Nigeria is being ruled and controlled by Fulani herdsmen, by Fulani headers. It is being controlled by Mietiala. They don't care about the security of your life and property. They are using their militants, Fulani headers. They arm them. The arm they are holding, the arm they are holding against your village, against your community, is given to them by the government you are trusting to protect you. So they cannot do that job because they are the one who sent the people who are destroying the villagers. If they are not the one, let them take a drastic measure towards addressing the issues of the Fulanis. But they can never take it. They can never, because their agenda is the same. Their motive is the same. Yesterday, I told you from the scriptural background, these people understood their strength. They are not as blessed as you. They are not empowered by God as you. Don't you ever think it's because you went to school, that's why you become too wise. No. That's why you become an intellectual. No. These are natural gifts from God, a natural blessing from God. So a little training you receive now brighten you up. Brighten you up. It's just like the size of your body is a natural gift by God. That's the way you are created. If you are not tall, you are not tall. If you are short, if you are tall, you are not short. If you are short, you are not tall. If you are fat, you are not thin. So that is it. Now, as somebody who is tall already, if there is a job you have to do like basketball, you have already been blessed by God by your height. That is not the way it is. You are blessed by God by your height. Then a little training that you receive now brighten you up into a career. But that training does not make you tall. That's what I'm telling you. You go to school, you become an intellectual, you become wise, you can read and write. It's not because you went to school. You are naturally blessed by God by those things, by that kind of brain that can actually study and get bright. So therefore, what it means is this. Your intellectuality today is a result of God's blessing. Fulanis are not blessed that way. They don't have that blessing. The only information they have is the sword. The sword. And if with the sword, they will conquer your blessings and they will break off your yoke from their neck. With the sword, Fulanis has become the owner of all the oil wells. The oil wells in Niger Delta. They are the owners. They are not satisfied. They also wanted to overrun your village and they be the owner of the villages by the sword. They have no other means of doing it. And I show you example of when they wanted to come to power. What happened? They become suicide bombers. They become terrorists. Have you forgotten Nigeria? In 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014, when they are campaigning for Buhari to come to power, every market is exploding. Every bus, motor park, everywhere explosion. Do you ask yourself, since Buhari come to power, why is there no explosion anymore? Because they keep exploding in the market, suicide bombers everywhere. By sword, they shall prevail over you, and they shall break your yoke off their neck. By sword. So now they wanted to plant the community of the Fulanis everywhere in the country so that they can have the proof to prove that Nigeria belongs to the Fulanis. Nigeria is the country of the Fulanis. If you come to Okozo, you will have the community of Okozo people and community of the Fulanis in Okozo. All of them, they will be sharing equal rights. You will come to Ibadan and you will have the same. Every state will have Fulani in that state. They will have the right to contest for gubernatorial position. They will have the right in your community to contest for any elected position. Before you will know it, through that systematical conquest, the Fulanis will be your governor, local chairman. The way they conquer the north, by planting their emirs, they will conquer the south by planting their political representatives. Because by the time they conquer Hausa people with their emirs, that time there was no political position. Where they are still under colony at that time. So they conquer the people. That is the place of authority as of that time. But the place of authority today is not in the emir. It is on the political position. That is why all the strategic position they have taken it. Then now they are sending their militants, their kidnappers, their bandits into your bush, so that they can move you out, so that they can displace you into a camp which we are watching in the place.
MAZI.
Okay, so
MAZI, that brings me to you talking about their militant and trying to take over your community. That brings me to Sheikh Mi's argument. Let's take this clip.
I think Nigerians all should embrace peace. That is the best way. And Nigerians should allow them to have a share of the national cake. To them, there is no cake there. Not even akara. There's nothing there. They are just in the bush like when Adam and Eve was created on earth. Nothing. Their condition is simple. Please don't lynch us when we come to town. Please don't, once we lay down our weapons, don't come over us and arrest us and kill us. Give us amnesty. Then please give us schools. In fact, they mention school more than anything. Yes, these bandits are the headsmen. And surprisingly, I've seen faces that, it's not all, what do you call it, Fulani that are headsmen. In fact, in every region, you have different tribes that are headsmen too. But they have common thing. They dominated the bushes. What informed my position to meet with these people is that I realized from clips we get from the police when that these people are really not educated in any sense. They have no any formal education, most of them, most of the criminals. So I said, let me see and have a contact and see firsthand what is their problem. Let's hear from them. Let's see what are they fighting for. What I found out is a small case of criminality which turned into insurgency. It started with criminality in the bush. It started with cattle rustling, then armed robbery on the streets without kidnapping. This is how it started. Every conscious adult in the north is very conscious of this, that there are times, yes, they come from bush and attack a motor, not to attack it, they stop a car, tell them to lie down, and bribe them, rob people and let them go. And then it slowly developed into kidnappings and what we have. From their tune, they show us they are forced to do that. We ask them, what are your conditions? If you want to blend and come back with, what are your conditions? And we found their conditions are palatable, and no government should waste its military in trying to kill this poor ragtag population. They want to give out their weapons to the government, but on the condition there should be amnesty for them. They want to come into markets. They want to be able to go into towns. There are many towns they cannot even venture into it. Dialogue will do it 100%. 100%. You see, if the government can come in seriously and come into this dialogue, I'm sure these people will lay down their arms, just like what happened with the Niger Delta militants. If there's anything, they told us, let me tell you specifically, they told us, the headsmen have never suffered in any regime like they have suffered with Buhari. This is their wording. Because of the high-handed way he took as latest as just last week, they were bombarding them with aeroplanes. They are bombarding them. So I don't think it's just a misconception. That's why we want to get the president to understand. I'm trying to see the president himself to make him understand. This is not the way to go about it. Yes, I think the government should come in and give amnesty and also compensate all victims on both sides, as I told you, which can be verified that so person was kidnapped and this is the ransom. Government should come and compensate. And with this compensation, I think many wounds will be healed. This is, I go to the state government, I meet the military, the police, and tell them, look, this issue is all for us to come together and work together and see we get out of this quadrum and this problem. So I'm working with everybody. That's why now I can spend an hour with you, with the press, trying to explain to you what I have seen so that you can also put your part. Let's put Nigerians together. Let's not, what do you call it, put more fuel in fire.
So, guys, you can see Sheikh Gumi trying to narrate his experience with the bandits. And don't forget, these bandits, when you see some of the attacks happening in the Middle Belt, these bandits are the people that have been wiping out these villages. These people that went to meet in the bush are the people that are being used as instrument to carry out the operations that you see in the villages. Like the video that I played earlier, where you saw these women crying. This video you see women crying and shouting, these are the bandits that were busy carrying out those operations for them. Now they have wiped out some of these, they wiped out some of the villages. The job, a very good job had been done. Now it is time to reintegrate them, to compensate them. And the question is, where are these people coming from? The identity have not been known. Nobody knows who these people are. They have not been able to identify themselves to say, okay, we come from here, we come from there. And there is something he said, Mazi, that they are demanding for school. When did the Fulani start going to school? Is it not a question? When have education become a priority for the Fulanis in Nigeria?
Yeah, Mazi, there is too many questions to ask here because the presidency has once told us that these people are not Nigerians. They come from Mali, from Chad, and they come into Nigeria. Now, have they become Nigeria? How? When? Now, another question again. What part of the community of the North or what part of the community of the Middle Belt did they come from that has no school? That has no school. In where did they want the school to be built? In people's forests? In the people's land, in their forests, where they stay? Is that where they want the school? Where did they want the market? Is it in the forest where they are staying? So all these are concocted lies. They are together in the game. This is what they planned earlier, that by distributing all these Fulani terrorists in every bush, then they will vent your community and they will settle there. And the story will be what this man is saying. Since they are there, just allow them to settle there. They are already the member of, after they have fought this war for a very long time, because it's a war of conquest. People must understand. What actually was the demand of the people? What are they demanding that lead them into becoming and killing Nigerians? What led to that? What is their demand? Have they asked for school? Jonathan built school for them. What are they asking for that led them into killing Nigeria, destroying the communities in Nigeria, displacing the people? What led them to that? What are you giving them an amnesty for? What struggle is their struggle? What are you giving them amnesty for? So all these things are just things they are doing takia because Mazi Nandekano has already educated them in Radio Biafra. When they see ESN, they knows that that education that MAZI and the Kano has educated them, they are looking for a way they can carry it out so that they can have space, so that they can now have space to carry their soldiers to the south. That's what they are doing because their soldiers are very busy in the north, handling their bandits and the terrorists they created. So it is time for them now to pamper their terrorists, pamper their bandits, so that they can relieve their armies to come down to the south in killing innocent people. All these things are takia. All these things are well planned.
Mazi.
We have.
Mazi, we've seen also Sheikh Gumi make reference to Niger Delta militants. That they gave amnesty to Niger Delta militants. So the Fulani herdsmen are also demanding for. Now, from which resources do the Fulani have that they are going to compensate them from? Or are they going to now compensate them if they are going to with the same oil money that comes from the Niger Delta? Because the Niger Delta militants were fighting for resource control and all that. They had resources, they had something they were fighting for. Maz, I don't know if you understand where I'm heading to.
Yeah, they call them bandits. Bandit in Ndioshi. Which resources is Onyoshi fighting for? A bandit, a terrorist, they call them. A foreigners invading your communities, invading Nigeria. Now you are giving a foreigner when he went to outside the country, he called them a foreigner. Is it foreigners that you are now giving amnesty in your country? People who has killed your countrymen, who has killed Nigeria, you are giving them amnesty onto what? Are they? Which community are they come from? Are they no more? Are they no more foreigners? Are they no more bandits? Are they no more terrorists? So these are just the things they are trying to use to see that they are having activities in the north, and the money are being served from, and they want to confuse the people of the south. They want to confuse the people of the south so that you will think that something is happening, while nothing is happening. They are only using takia to calm you down so that they can have time to slaughter you without you, without you defending yourself. They want to bring you to the side of weakness. Now, we are talking about all these things. MAZI can educate them. Said, if you come for us, that your nyash, your bottom, your back will be open for terrorists. They learn that lesson. It's only we, the Biafra, that when MAZI can lecture us, but whenever MAZI can lecture these people, you will see them start taking action immediately. They will start taking action. They will start addressing their lapses. But we, we have never listened. In 2014, 2015, Nnamdi is crying. They are coming. They are coming. We never listened. We never listened until it happened. Okay, look at just a short period of time that MAZI Nnamdi make a broadcast and lecture these people. They have already started taking action, wanting to reconcile, bring themselves together so that what MAZI Nnamdi said will not happen to them. But we are telling you now, their soldiers are coming. Support ESN. Until your village will come to a mass burial. Until it happens. Our forefathers say that Biafrans, they don't know how to run away from the rain. When the cloud is gathering, I say, it's not gonna fall, it's gonna fall. But the rain will fall. We see Nigeria decaying, and we're seeing the decay. If we nata Nigeria, you are seeing Nigeria decaying, and the mud are busy eating up the flesh. and you have seen it. But when we educate you, you say, nowhere, nowhere, support ESN. That is the reason why we are bringing all this in. We are reminding you of all these things. Support ESN. It doesn't matter how much. We need to make sure that this our army, this our security for resistance is very strong, because they are coming. They are coming with their army. They are coming with their police. They are coming with their civil defense. They are coming with with also their militants. They are coming, and the only thing you have in the eastern region today is ESN. We need to be organized. It's not a kind of fight you will fight by the small group of your village people. Our people are no more in the village, in the town. How many of us are abroad? All our men are scattered here and there. We need to organize ourselves and fortify what we have. You cannot be testing what can bite with empty hands, with bare hands. You must have something to keep your family safe. You must have something to keep your before talking of this government, who can never respond to you. You had the video we played, the clip we played yesterday. The Hausa man are telling you before the army will come, your village is already down. Before the police will come, your people has already been massacred. Your people has already been killed in mass. Say when Fulani come to kill, they don't know small, they don't know big, they kill in mass. That's what the man is narrating. If you keep hoping on this very government, that's what is going to play out. One day, we keep talking it. We have seen where we started talking. It's like this kind of thing will never happen. But it has happened. It happens in Benin. It happens in Kaduna. It happens in Zaria. It happens everywhere. Even in your own community. It has happened. And we are still saying the same thing. What is your resistance? What is your petition? You are hoping on the failed state. You are hoping on the failed police. You are hoping on the failed army. Are they not there when these villages are being vended? Is that 1 hour? Is that 1 hour operation? Is that 1 hour operation? It's not 1 hour operation. It's not 2 hours operation. It's not 4 hours operation. Why they didn't respond? Why the police did not respond? So they are not there. Why the army did not respond? And these people successfully carry out these operations that the clips are being played here. And they did not respond. And yet the villagers are still calling on that government. Government should come to help. This is terrible. Our people, Molonako, wake up from your slumber. ESN is the answer. Nigerian army is not the answer. Nigerian police is not the answer.
Solomon, there is a clip I want to play that is very, very essential, and I would like our people to share this video so that their friends can watch us. Because when MAZI they kind of started talking about we being slaves in our land, a lot of people, even Yoruba journalists, were like, but today is coming from their own Nobel laureate, Wole Soyinka, saying that he has become a slave in his own father's compound. Let's take this clip.
So what do they expect of us now that this war is on our doorstep? Of course, there has got to be civil mobilization. And if we keep waiting for this to be centrally handled, we're all going to become, if we're not already, slaves in our own land. That for me is personally intolerable. It's not an acceptable condition. And whatever it takes, I stand ready to contribute in any way. And I've made my government understand this, that we are here not just to live, but to live in dignity. Right now, our dignity is being rubbished. My forest has been taken over. It's been shrinking. My normal hunting grounds, yes, it's been shrinking. My family tells me that if I go in depth again, they will have me institutionalized.
What would you be expecting from the president at this time? What do you think he needs to do to break the riot act, if you like, or tell the people that it's no longer business as usual and we are ready to nip this at the bud right now?
Address the nation. Address the nation in very stern, unambiguous terms. Say openly, yes, I know I am the patron of the Cattle Rearers Association, etc., etc. I'm a cattle rancher myself. It's a business, and I run my business on business terms. I do not run my business by killing people. I do not run my business by raping, by displacing, by torturing. I do not run my business by occupying land that does not belong to me. And I'm warning all business people in the food commodity, all you cattle rearers, whatever comes to you for illegal occupation or for trespassing on other people's property is your business. And I'm ordering the army, I'm ordering all the security forces to back citizen effort in flushing you out. I expect nothing less, even at this stage. It's very late already, but it's not too late. This is the language which I expect from President Buhari. And as long as that language does not come, I must consider him quite complicit in what is going on, because the buck stops at his desk.
What is your biggest fear about where we are now?
We may enter a phase of serial skirmishes which get more and more violent, become less and less focused, and swell into, I hate to use the word, may develop into a civil war, and a very untidy, messy one at that. That's my biggest fear. And unless action is taken, and I'm very glad that the governors are coming together and discussing in all seriousness. I'm very glad that they're even pulling in renegade groups like Maiti Allah, for instance, and obviously talking sense, knocking some sense into his head. I noticed into the heads of their spokes, their leaders, their representatives. I noticed that they're now talking about accepting the decision of governors and agreeing to obey the rules. Very different from defiant, arrogant language which they were using when Benue. It was a totally unconscionable language after people had been killed.
Okay, so let's talk about Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba activist that has also taken a stand. He has been in the news in the last couple of days, in the past few weeks. Some are criticizing his stand, some are saying that he's going overboard. We talk about excesses and all that. Have you met him? What do you think about his actions and how he's carrying on?
No, we've never met. And incidentally, I hope people will always report things properly. I saw a byline on one of these media online reports. Wale Soyinka calls Igboho a hero or something. I never did any sort of thing. But Sunday Igboho has responded to a situation in the way he knew how. Now you will see that he's trying to work with others. This is the way these things really happen. Somebody one day he reaches explosion point and he says, I cannot take this any longer, and it takes unilateral action. You cannot, the action may be excessive, it may be wrong-headed. What matters is that somebody has responded to an unacceptable situation. Any errors which he makes is for the rest of us to correct by calling him, and I know that a number of people are doing that.
Yeah, thank you very much. The line is open now. If you want to call in, you can do that. +38 1779665. MAZI Solomon, hope you are comfortable in your environment.
Yeah. There's something I want to say. regard to these are the people we have in the South, isn't it? The intellectuals, the people they respect, the people they think they know book, but they don't know action. They speak grammars. They even lecture people. We must know their position. That if you went for this kind of people to deliver your community by their grammars, you will all die one by one. There is an important thing that he said, and I want to comment on it, and that could be my lecturing aspect in this very program today. Now, every life of struggle has some level of illegalities. Every life of struggle has some level of illegalities. What is illegal and what is not legal? Now, they legalize things that are very suitable and the things they are comfortable with, things that work for them, things that that is good for them. But they illegalize things that they are not comfortable with, things that are not good for them. That does not mean that what they call illegal is illegal in somewhere else. No. Like when you come to America, everybody operating gun to defend themselves is illegal. But in Nigeria, they make it illegal for you to operate a firearm just because they want to make sure you are conquered, your village are conquered, because the same people who illegalize it is the same people that arm the Fulanis. Now, there is something that was showing said here. Now, he said here, he was talking about Sunday and his action. He said, people might see Sunday actions as an excess, or might be have taken, like so many people are saying, ESN need to be legislate and all that. He says some people might be viewing what the action of Sunday in a different angle of not being legal or being excess or whatever. But the grammar there is that his action was based on a situation that is unacceptable. That is the take home that I want you to go today. If you wait to do everything that this government, you wait to be law abiding, you wait to do things based on the way they legalize or the way they did not legalize it, you will all die. Bet me. Well, Shoyinka said the action was based on a situation that is unacceptable. Biafrans, is your ear open? You that is looking for where when they will legislate ESN before you will support. Shoyinka said the action of Sunday in Yoruba land was based on unacceptable situation. So that is the only legality that you need to count on. That is the only legality. Confronting a situation that is unacceptable. It does not matter how you approach to deal with that situation. But as long as it is unacceptable to the community, it is unacceptable to the environment, it is unacceptable to the existence of humanity, take action. Take action. That is what Shoyinka put. That is the thing that I can understand from this is interview. Unacceptable situation. That is where the action of Sunday, Idowu or whatever, that is the action. That is where the action of Sunday base. A situation unacceptable. How many situations is unacceptable to your community today? Have you taken action? You are waiting when they will legalize, when they will legislate ESN before you support it. But the action of Fulanis are unacceptable. Unacceptable. Who armed them against your village? Who armed them against your community? And the eating of people's farm, unacceptable. Killing the farmers, unacceptable. Invading villages, unacceptable. And you are waiting, calling this government of this country, federal government, should come and help us. You don't need such call. What you need is action against a condition, against a situation that is unacceptable to humanity. Take action. It doesn't matter the way people will look at the name they will call it. They might call it any name, but your action is based totally on a situation that is unacceptable. And that is what gives birth to ESN. To address a situation that is unacceptable to humanity, unacceptable to communities, to our communities, unacceptable to our environment. You don't need to wait for the gaps that the politicians are speaking. You need to take action. It does not matter.
Solomon,
Yes,
Solomon, there is a caller. Sorry to cut you, but don't forget that the Wole Soyinka have made some point backing Sunday Igboho, backing Sunday, and even telling us in this interview that anywhere Sunday Igboho make mistake, that they are going to talk to him. That means that whenever Sunday Igboho goes wrong, that they are ready to guide him. We are going to look at that, compare the kind of support they are getting compared to the kind of support the leader of IPOB is getting with this interview now. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Caller.
And am I coming out clear?
You are very, very clear. Go ahead. Mazi, can you hear him? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay. Yeah. My brothers and sisters, I greet all of us. And I continue greeting our leader and all IPOB all over the world. And I greet ESN, I greet Obindiche, and all the rest that is doing everything possible to restore our motherland. Yes, you can see it has come to the point that all of them have to talk. Yeah, they have to talk. You have to talk. You see what they are talking now. When we started talking, telling them what is on ground, they are calling us Facebook Freedom Fighter, Facebook Biafra, all of them. Now they are talking. But I am advising ESN. ESN should continue doing their great work because they are there to secure our land. Nobody has tried to secure our land for us. You understand? So I am giving them a loud applause and giving them a great support. I remember as we I can we come and one name. Thank you very much, MAZI and Patrick. All the support to our leader and the IBOB and the Eastern Security Network. We need support this time. It's very, very important. Thank you. Thank you. Let nobody listen to their blah blah. They are talking too much blah blah. We don't come to talk blah blah. Let division of labor that we continue. We start doing on our IPOB. Continue. We don't come here to talk blah blah. You know? Let them continue talking blah blah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mazi Kempati.
Thank you very much, Mazi Aganeku. Thank you very much. The line is open, guys. Anybody that want to call can call in. The number is +39388177965, and it's a WhatsApp number for your information. Don't call directly. It's a WhatsApp number. So, Solomon, you see from the interview of Wole Soyinka, how is, from the question, he said, yes, anywhere Sunday goes wrong, we are going to be there to guide him, to advise him, and that he's happy that people are already talking to him, trying to guide him, because they understand that Sunday Igboho, just like our leader Mazi Nnamdi, I'm not trying to make comparison here, can never be perfect. but need also the contribution of the people. It's not just the fight of Sunday Igboho, it's a fight of every Yoruba person. Just like the fight for Biafra and the Eastern Security Network, it's not just the Kano fight, but a fight of everybody that must contribute. So anywhere you see mistakes or whatever, it is your duty to see how you can. Mazi, go ahead, make your contribution.
Yes, actually, Mazi, you have just mentioned it. It's not all about individuals. You know, they have tried over the years to push the movement of IPOP down by trying to put blames on MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand that as long as they blame MAZI Nnamdi Kanu and they bring him down, they have blamed everybody who is involved on that movement. But that is a short-sightedness on their own side, that when you want to blame a movement, you are putting a blame on one person. That maybe when you bring this person down, then the whole, like as the Bible says, strike the shepherd and then the sheep will scatter. But in our situation, it's not the same. Now, actually, what Sherika is putting here is not perfection in Sunday or imperfection in Sunday. He's talking about the action that is taken to address the situation. If there be anything that needed to be correct, as to make it more intense, as to make it more focused and more objective, that they will help to guide Sunday. It's not maybe Sunday is not perfect as an individual. And this is what people don't understand when they want to describe MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Now you see a movement and you are describing that movement as an individual. As an individual. You want to show us the life of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu as if his life is the life of the movement. The movement is different from the life of an individual. We are movement of indigenous people. You need to understand it, that if any people should be taking responsibilities, it should be we, the indigenous people, that adopted MAZI Nnamdi Kanu as a leader. So, but his personal life and his individual life has nothing to do to the movement, because him in the movement is a different person. Him in his family is a different person. Him in his personal life is a different person. So people need to understand that putting a blame on a leader of a movement is just as a time waste, because the movement is a body. So we are body. We are the people who determine to restore Biafra. It's not MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is part of us. We adopt him as a leader. So we are the one taking responsibilities here. So what I want to point out is that what people should be looking at here is our action. Our actions. If we took an action and you needed to perfect that action, or you needed to bring an idea to fortify that action, that is what Shoyinka is saying here. It's not about the imperfection of Sunday or what Sunday did not do. But now,
Mazi, there is one.
I want to make
Mazi, there is one other thing again. Yes. Go ahead.
Excuse. I want to make this point. Now, ESN is an action. ESN is an action. So now, in bringing the statement of Shoyinka to ESN is that whatever support that ESN needed as to make sure that they achieved their purpose, that they achieved the purpose of inaugurating or launching ESN, that they should give that advice. And that is what our people should be doing. That when they see an action to address unacceptable situation, you should offer your advice and your support. So you in the eastern region withdrawing yourself from supporting ESN, you are not doing yourself any good. Rather, you are making the situation, circumstances around you worse. So if we should follow by the advice and by this interview of Shoyinka, is that he is a Yoruba man. They have gathered together and they say they can hear so many people talking to them. That means so many people are endorsing Sunday to support him, to make sure that this move achieve the purpose in which that move is taken. And the same thing is what we supposed to have applied to ESN. Thank you, Naz.
Now, Mazi, there is one other point I want us to raise. Now, Professor Shoyinka is a well-learned person. And possibly Sunday Igboho didn't even attain his level of education. But one thing I came to realize is that Professor Shoyinka didn't show any sign of, oh, why should he be showing Igboho an illiterate who didn't go to school? That I'm supposed to be leading the struggle with my level of education. Just like we see in our region where a lot of people are saying, no, but that small boy Nnamdi Kanu, try to ridicule or undermine his potentials. I don't know if you can touch on that a little. Making comparison to the character of this test.
That is exactly what I am pointing out here. So that the intellectuals and the people who felt they are well educated should know where they are failing. So that the leaders should know where they are failing. That's why I make the analysis. That supporting ESN to achieve his purpose or the aim in which it was inaugurated should be what all the educated people in the old Eastern region should be rallying around right now to support, to see the lapses you see, like as so many of them are saying, you need to be legislated. Can they see that this is their responsibility to do so? And what they should be rallying around to see how to perfect what has already in operation to address an issue. But our people will not do the same. Rather, we will be running with jealousy and envy. You need to support. Come out, support ESN. They need to be legislated. Commit yourself to do that. They needed anything you feel and you are in the position. You should engage. You should engage. Not bringing army to kill your people for you to please the North, or for them to support you to remain the governor, to be intimidating your people. You need to come out, support ESN, support the activities, support the purpose which ESN was created. What are you seeing now as imbalance? It's now your responsibility, because it remains imbalanced because you are not involving yourself. What stopped our governors from endorsing ESN? What stopped our politicians coming with full force, our intellectuals? Because what support them coming out in full force to support ESN? This is just my question. Shoyinka said, no matter the action that Sunday took, he took his action based on a circumstances or a situation unacceptable. That's what he's addressing. And the same thing is what IPOP is doing. The same thing that ESN are doing. But yet, some people did not see the need to support. Some people, some governors did not see the need to support. Some politicians, because they are looking at it like it's spoiling their chances of making more money and publishing the community. Because we take that word of Shoyinka and we use it to advise our people. Because our people is the reason why we are here. Things we are not working properly the way it should be working. And the instead, they will come to support everybody with going his way, blowing his own his own grammar. While I'm commanding,
even Mazi, even rather even the governors putting legislatures that will help ESN give it the right structure, they now start setting up a parallel security outfit on their own now. Okay, Zimbabwe will rush immediately to say wear some youth JC and jeans and start videoing them that he's setting Abia State security, rather than looking back and finding a way to support the already existing one. Is it out of ignorance? Is it out of pride and arrogance? Because most of the time it is because they are not humble as well. Because it takes humility. It takes a lot of humility to accept, you know, even when you have made mistake and say, well, I have made mistake here, and this my brother have gotten it. Let me support him. Is it humility that our Eastern governors lack? Because in my opinion, it's not just because they don't know the right thing to do, but because of arrogance. Mazi, what do you say?
yes, that is, if you put the whole word together, stupidness, arrogance, ignorance, selfishness, envy, jealousy. If you put them, if you put everything together, if there is a particular word that can contain all of this, that is exactly the reason why these people have never understood the principle of leadership. They are in there for their own gain, for their own business. So they are handling it personal. Every issue of IPOB, ESN, it is handled personal. It's never been handled in a position of leadership, of being the governor of the state, or being the governor, the senator in representative, or representative in the House of Assembly. It has never been so. It has been the issue of personal interest. The battle is between Nnamdi Kanu and the Okezie person. That is just the way he's seeing it. He's not seeing you. He's not seeing the interest of the community. He's not seeing the interest of his environment. There is no view on the aspect of leadership. The only view is, this Nnamdi Kanu, we will chest him out. He will remain outside forever. We will decimate him. That is just the aspect where they are seeing it. And they are doing it, and they see that they keep provoking the people. They keep provoking the people. But because they don't have this moral, they don't have this moral that it requires for leadership, that was required for leadership. That's why they are failing woefully. And until their issues are being addressed and people like them, you know, ESN are coming slowly. These people you are seeing right now that are parading themselves as an elite of Igbo land, as elite in the old eastern region, and in Biafran land, until there will be clean up. The revolution, the first revolution, will start from the clean up. These people, we must find a way, since they have refused to lead. I'm not talking that they are not good to their family, but in the position they occupied is beyond being good to their family. As Soludo said in one of the book he was launching, being good to their secretarial zone, being good to their local government. You should know that when you become the governor of the state, you are leading the larger group of Igbo community. You are leading the larger group of Biafran community. So therefore, you must have their interest in heart, or else it simply means you have come to destroy them and destroy their future. So if you are not playing the role of leadership in governor, as a senator, then that means you did not supposed to be there. This is just the problem. They don't have that principle of leadership. They don't know how to lead the people. Rather, they work for their self-interest. Their self-interest. That's what they are fighting for. That's what they stand for. So because it is self-interest, now the whole thing they have to render is based on their emotion, the way they feel about MAZI Nandekan. That is just the way they will use to level everything. You know, the jealous they have for MAZI Nandekan, that is where they will take their judgment from. They are not acting in a position of leadership. That is just their problem. And the earlier we notice it, better for all of us. That these people, they don't have what it takes to lead. They don't have what it takes to be governors. They don't have what it takes to be senators, to be in a representative capacity. Because it has shown, obviously, in the entire Biafran land, there is failure of leadership through the elected elites. There is failure. Look at Wike. Look at Wike. Tell me any other states in Nigeria after NSAS that ordered for the military to come and wipe a village, the people that you are leading. Tell me. It only happened in Biafra. Failure in leadership. They don't know how to manage crisis. They don't know how to manage situation. They only base their decisions on their emotions. No principle of leadership. How can you as a leader, even the court cannot see that somebody kills somebody, instantly you will kill the person. They have to take you to the process and convince based on the circumstances that lead to the killing. And the court will now determine the kind of judgment. But a governor of a state who said that he's a lawyer doesn't even know those principles. He said they kill soldiers, go and kill them, go and wipe them away. And he was sleeping comfortably with his bed, hearing his own children calling him, and he's killing other people's children. This is just the way they lead. This is just the way they lead. They don't understand the principle. They don't know how to quench fire. They don't know how to lead. It's a failure of leadership. And if we continue this way, we all will die one by one. We are heading to disaster. ESN is the solution. We must stand by ESN to address these changes. To address these changes. What is delaying your freedom today is those people who are not capable that fool our political space. They need to be chased out. You can't have freedom without chasing those wicked people who doesn't have interest of the people, who families are using to fill up all your political spaces. Without taking them away, how do you think you can succeed? How do you think you can be free? We as people must rise up. It's not by your vote, because your vote doesn't count. We need revolution. Revolution now. Chase them away. Shut them up. Make sure they did not participate. Let the genuine people come out. Let people who will lead our land, who will lead the people of Biafra, let them spring up. Let them come out. Let them give opportunity. Because what these people does, they will use those army military. They will chase away the genuine people. The same way they are chasing away genuine people, let's just chase them away at once. Because we have seen total failure on their end over this year. Why should we continue with them? Obasanjo said, why should you reinforce failure? Why? We have seen the failure, obvious, staring on our face. Why should we go on reinforcing by keeping quiet, by not supporting ESN? You need to do it now, because that is what. Don't bother about their drama. Don't bother. Welusha Inka said that it is unacceptable situation. Take action to address unacceptable situation. Their situation is unacceptable to us. It's unacceptable to our community, because we are the people at the receiving end. So we have to do something. Thank you, MAZI Pat. I don't know if you are.
Thank you very much, MAZI Solomon. Thank you very much. The lines are open for those who want to call in. You can call in on +3938817796665. We'll be rounding up. We've taken almost 1 hour 45 minutes. MAZI Solomon, we've seen destruction of lives and properties, and this thing have continued for a very long time, and there have not been any word from the so-called presidency. And here we are, even Walishenka trying to tell the so-called president of the country what to say, trying to tell him, okay, tell us like this, since he doesn't know what to say. Now Walishenka is putting in his mouth on what to say, that yes, I'm a cattle rancher, I also own cow, but I don't support. I don't know if why Woleko is trying to write a poem for him in this interview. Do we see Jubril coming out soon to address Nigerians? In your opinion, MAZI Solomon?
Yes, yeah. I will first of all say Anthony Samuel. Yeah, Anthony Samuel. Yeah, that is your own opinion to say that Biafran has been dead and buried long time. Nothing like Biafra in the planet. Okay, thank you for your comment. We will watch and see. Say, mark my words. You will.
I just saw the comment of Anthony Samuel. I saw the comment of Anthony Samuel. Sometime in year 2000, Olusegun Obasanjo, in one of the articles written in one of the Nigerian newspapers, said that Biafra is dead and buried. That was in the year 2000. We are talking about 2000 to 2021 is 21 years ago. Olusegun Obasanjo said the same because he was convinced that Biafra was dead. In fact, there was this cartoon where they showed Masov carrying a shovel digging out dead bone from the grave, because the agitation by Rafu Wazuikas at that time was on, and they were showing cartoon of Masov digging out dead bone from the grave, showing you that Masov is trying to dig out the dead bone of the Biafra nation. But if you ask Olusegun Obasanjo in 2020, I believe that his opinion has changed on the issue of Biafra. Mazi, go ahead.
Exactly. So we must proceed from this very point. Biafra must be restored. Now, it does not matter anybody's opinion, but what matters is the people who are on the mission to restore Biafra. That is where it counts. Because your opinion does not count. You say this and you do nothing. But we say we restore Biafra and we do something. Now, which person's word do you think that is going to speak out at the end? Because we say we are restoring Biafra and we are on the street and we are on the Facebook and we are broadcasting everywhere for restoration of Biafra. But you just say Biafra cannot be restored. You go to sleep. You are doing nothing. But we are taking action. So therefore, that alone will make you to know that Biafra will be restored. Look at the position of Obasanjo today, who said Biafra is dead. But look at his position. Today, Biafra must be restored. There is no doubt about it. And we must support ESN.
Mazi Solomon, there is one thing again we need to point out, that even in the legislative house, I wasn't able to get that clip put in place, but I've come across a video where even a senator was complaining, and he confessed that the timing of today's Biafra agitation is a threat, that they are afraid, that they live in fear. So if a senator can stand up in the Senate House and confess that he lives in fear, that the zoo called Nigeria lives in fear because of Biafra agitation, then who is Tony Samuel? You are nobody. Because people who feel the heat can tell you what people don't sleep at night. There are people who do not sleep at night because of me. There are people who do not sleep at night because of MAZI Solomon Peter. We are talking about your leaders. They wish we could stop. They wish we could stop the broadcast we are doing. They wish we could stop. We could delete the Biafran Facebook page where you are coming now to make your comment. Your leaders in Nigeria, your senators, your president, your House of Rep member, they wish that this program we're organizing today do not exist. They wish we could stop because they know we are making great impact. So, Tony Solomon, we welcome your opinion. It is your opinion, and here we welcome every opinion, positive, negative. We welcome them, and we address them as well. And I can tell you that the awareness that we have today, we didn't have it 20 years ago. The leader of IPOB have changed the face of agitation. And some of us, if somebody had told me that by 2021 I'll be a Biafran agitator, I'll be laughing at you. But today, here I am, by the power of providence, making my contribution. As Solomon, as we wind it down,
okay,
let's see what we can do.
There is one evidence I wanted to give. Here for people who might have the same ideas or the same opinion for restoration of Biafra. Now, have your governors stopped IPOP by proscribing them? The answer is no. That shows you Biafra will be restored. Now, has your governor stopped the operation of ESN? The answer is no. They have not even had any idea. That shows you Biafran will be restored. Every footprint we put on the ground remains. They have not been able to raise our footprint. So what makes you think our mission is unachievable? They have not been able. Every day they are becoming weaker and weaker. And every day we keep shopping them, and they are becoming lesser and lesser. What makes you think that we will not finish them? When we started the agitation of Biafra, Nigeria was not this too bad. But we are able, through our hard work and through the hard work of MAZI and IKEM, leading the Biafrans, leading the IPOB. Now we are able to shop Nigeria. We are able to continuously shop Nigeria. That their situation today is becoming worse than the time we started. Because that is our mission. You know, some people, they make mouth. The mission of MAZI and IKEM as a person is to bring down the contraction that you are trapped in at all means. I have followed him for a very long time. Then the mission of IPOP as a body is to restore Biafra. So you know why some of that they shout at Mazda, because you know when the NSAS come, he joined. Because that is an opportunity to bring down that contraction, that where the Benue people are dying, where the middle belts are dying, where they are being killed every day, where Biafrans are being killed every day, where IPOB members are being killed every day for just coming, carrying their flag to agitate in the street for their rights, for their civil rights. Now, he saw that opportunity, he joined, and the things that will bring Nigeria down is still coming, and he will join. Because once Nigeria is down, then you will have an opportunity to renegotiate. Like when what Tony Nadi and all their group are talking today, their time has not come. Nnamdi Kanu is the only one suffering to make job easy for these guys. If you say you are diplomacy, if you say that you can be able to put things together in a book, write constitution, amend constitution, you will wait till Nigeria collapse. And that is what people are not joining him to do. Collapse that nation that trapped everyone. then diplomacy will flow. People will now renegotiate on how they want to live and exist. People that are trapped, that can be set free. The same way in the NSAS time, you see them breaking prison. People who are caged in that prison, we are made set free to renegotiate their life. So many of them that escaped that time may probably now decided not to go into the same crime that brought them into that prison. Some might have had a way to run away, have life somewhere, and they haven't seen their mistake and wanting to correct it, that it not repeat again. So when you are trapped in a place, the only thing that can bring a solution and freedom is to destroy that trap. When the trapped hold an animal, the only route of escape for that animal is to free himself from that trap. We are all trapped in Nigeria. We are all trapped as an indigenous people. So the only way that you think people who are benefiting from that trap, like they are telling, we must do everything to ban Nigeria together because they know that Nigeria is their trap. And as long as they are the one benefiting from that very trap, they will always tell you about Nigeria. They will always tell you about one Nigeria. Because they know that is their trap. Once you are in that trap, you can't escape. But once that trap is broken, you cannot escape. You cannot negotiate your life, negotiate your existence, negotiate how you want to live and the future of your children. We are here to restore, and all our footprints is on the ground, and no one has been able to raise our footprints. Look at it's happening in Yoruba, it's happening in Middle Belt, it's happening in the North, it's happening all over, even in Edo State, even in a Benin City who colluded with Nigeria and killed Biafran during the Biafran War. Now it's happening everywhere. There is no place, and this is our footprint. This is the footprint and the courage of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Our consistency, our consistency in agitation for Biafra. That is our footprint, and now it's happening everywhere. And Nigeria is going down. Nothing will stop them. Fulani cannot save themselves. They are terrorists, recognized all over the world. Dealing with them is dealing with them is as you dealing against terrorists. So we being against them is being against terrorism. They cannot save themselves. They can't save themselves. They are already in mess. We are in the finishing touches. It's only people who are deceived, who are feeble-mindedness, that are yielding to all these the activities of the bandits, activities of having meeting with the governor of this, we want peace, we want a Nigeria where everybody can live. All those things that you are seeing is medicine after death. They know they are finished. They know nothing left for them anymore. I don't know why somebody like you is fainting at this moment, is losing courage at this moment. I don't know why somebody like you who has never summoned courage all this while will continue not to have summoned courage at this very time. You know that when David used his catapult to bring Goliath down, he did not end there. He rushed to Goliath. When Goliath is falling, he followed Goliath up. He took Goliath's sword and cut off his neck. That is the point. Goliath is already falling. Nigeria is already at the beat of falling. Why are you trying to save what is unsavable? Why you haven't summoned courage? They are already collapsing. They can't save themselves at this point. And you need to be free. Your freedom is very, very close. Your freedom is very, very close, like the next hour or in the next minute or in the next second. You don't need to hail this Nigeria or continue to hail this unity that have decimated everyone and have stopped progress in all the indigenous people's life. So you don't need to help them. You just allow this country to collapse. That is the mission of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Support him. If I say to you, support MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, support MAZI Nnamdi Kanu because he's the only one that is fighting to collapse that contraction. Support IPOP because they are here to restore Biafra. Support ESN because they are here to protect you and protect your community. because you need protection. And you need Biafra desperately. Biafran can only address the issue you are going through now, resource control, like so many people. We are Niger Delta. What is Niger Delta? Resource control. And you are not able, you will not able, in 1 million years in Nigeria, you will not be able to get the resource control. But in Biafran land, you're already in charge of your resource control. You're already in charge of your resources in Biafran land. And why are you then wasting energy in something that cannot actualize your dream? Come out with that your boldness, with that your voice. Join. Make sure this Nigeria that is falling fall. Because while you are in a situation of not being in control of the resources in your region, it's because of Nigeria. Once Nigeria is out, you are in charge. What else? Why is our people normally want to waste time where time was not required to be wasted? You have a precious time to achieve something that is attainable, something that can forever, and your children can enjoy this fight that you have fought.
MAZI Solomon, thank you. We spent even more time trying to address an inconsequential person. As much as we take opinion, there are certain comments that do not need this long time to be addressed, but it's okay. The most important thing is that those who want to pull the zoo down are doing something, while those who want to keep the zoo are doing nothing. MAZI, that is just the truth. Now we have to wind it up. And we want to say thank you very much for being here. We want to encourage everybody to share this video. Make it go around, please. Tag your friend. Make sure that your friends watch this program. MAZI Solomon, what do you have for us for the week?
I just have to say that I will come often into this very program this week as we carved out the time, so I will be available. Okay, my environment today might be different from my environment next time when we are around. If I want to lecture, if I always want to stay in a very good, better environment, so I can be able to do what I can do best. So thank you. We cannot stop coming your way until Biafra is restored, and we will still continue to hail MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, hail IPOP, and hail ESN. Please do everything you can to support ESN. These are remedies. These are remedies. People are talking, but after talking, ask them, what is the solution? The solution is what you are going to follow. The problem has already been there. What we are looking at is solution. What things can address this very issue? And the Bible says you should not neglect the days of little beginning. So many things have begun with argument, people saying, is this way, is not right, is wrong, until actually when that thing finally take a lead and everybody will start loving it. So you should not neglect the days of little beginning now on the side of ESN. All that they need to grow, all that they need to work strong, all that they need to do the job is your support. If you haven't supported any kind of support, morally, with money, mainly with money, because those guys, we need to keep them intact. Their health, everything about them, we need to keep it intact because they are doing a special job. We might need further training for them. We might need more hardware. We might need more instruments, more technologies. So they need your support to do this job. Nigerian army cannot help you. Nigerian police cannot help you. My people, I understood this. I have gone through it. And I know these people cannot address any single problem as to regard to your community, as to regard to you directly. The only people who can help in the issue of insecurity in the eastern region today, it is ESN. Well articulated. Please support them. Support them. Support them with your prayer. Support them with your money. Support them. Moral support. Support them. Any support they need to function in a higher capacity, please do so. And God can never forget to bless you for doing this. Until I come your way again, my name remains Solomon Peter.
Thank you, MAZI Solomon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have followed us for the past 2 hours. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for those who called in. Thank you for those who also commented. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your contributions. As we wind down, we'll be coming your way soonest. We'll always be here. Our duty is to continue to do our bit. I will continue to make our contribution in the minimum we can, because Biafra is too huge that everybody has a role to play. I want to encourage you to pick up a role today, play in the struggle for Biafra restoration, and see what the future holds for us, because in Biafra lies the hope, the future, and our destiny. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless you all.